I try to make the environment where we work. I own the business. I own the commercial. My husband and I own the commercial property downtown West Palm Beach. I'm the only female in downtown West Palm Beach who owns the building with her name on it.
One time.
For over, how long have we been?
And you're a black
yes.
woman. Just want to be clear.
That's right. I'm the only woman, and I'm also black.
Just want to be clear on that. Yeah. But that's super amazing. I think that's dope. I think that's...
And I know other women
I think that's super influential. I think I want to add to that, and I want to sponsor the first one. I think I want to sponsor a group of young ladies, black, white, purple, whatever it is, to come and see your practice. I think you should do something like that.
I love to. It's just we got so much construction going around on us. Oh yeah, because downtown
they're developing right now.
They're developing right. So our building is on 2nd Street, 922 2nd Street. You were able to see it from the corner of Banyan and Tamarind. The front of the building, though, faces 2nd Street. Most people can see it from the corner, which is Banyan, Tamarind. But now they've built a 9-story, I don't know if it's a condo or apartment. That's what they're doing. I see that construction happening. So what we did, my husband and I said, okay, we didn't own the property next door, which was the corner. Yeah. So we bought it.
Tell you.
We bought it. So
I don't know if you guys are looking for a nephew. I don't know if you want to add me to I'm open to being part of the Smith-Gordon family. That is a great, great business move. That is great to be in that corner. And
it's being able to be fortuitous looking. You have to look ahead at what your options are. And I say that for this purpose only, that other people, other black women and men can do the same. Brian Boysaw did it as well.
Yes, he is. He is.
So, so I, give him a shout out.
Yeah, great. Definitely. And he practiced injury law also.
He does the same kind of law. Yes, he does. And he's not far from me in the Northwest District.
Proud of you guys. Good job.
Absolutely.
But I think that's another big thing. Why did you decide to purchase that building where your practice is and not just lease for years? Like, where did you get that concept to purchase the building?
To lease.
Wait, is lease a bad thing? Because the way you just said it, like, to lease, like, why would anybody do that?
Yeah, why would you do that?
So, like, for me, I have an example of where I took a L on. I messed up. The building across the street from us, the cafe that I built, I didn't purchase the building. I didn't know. And I had no one to speak with me about, you should do that first. I have blue collar family members. My parents bought property that they live and they rent out, but I have no one that I was able to speak with commercial. I was told you lease the building, but then I put over $300,000 into a building.
Man,
that I never bought.
Don't let me choke you.
I promise you could choke me 3 times and I'll still come back. That's how I am. But I didn't know any better. So for me, I literally just knew I wanted to create something amazing for the community.
Yes.
But I never knew I should have bought the building first. I just didn't know. That's just my reality.
So why buy? No, you don't have to buy, and most people don't. Most businesses don't. They lease and they take the write-off as a lease. Mm-hmm. If you lease, you don't have an asset.
The asset and liability, 2 different conversations.
Your wealth growth is from assets. And the one thing that is not being created anymore, except for volcanoes somewhere in the ocean, is land. That's not been land. It is what it is.
Once again, though, how did you know to do that? Because I saw my parents purchase homes.
My parents own the buildings. Where we
So
practice.
Your norm is not normal.
It's normal.
It's normal for you and so I know.
I'm not an island.
No, I'll break it down for you because I grew up without the same, like you grew up with parents that purchased commercial building. I grew up with parents that bought homes and rented out. So I understand that.
Yes.
But how many people?
Which I'd like to do. I'd like to be able to do what your parents did.
So but I would like to do what your parents did and what you did.
See, then that's why you talk and you learn from each other.
So I think that's what I want to talk. I think that's one of the points that I want to make is that your norm and my norm are two different, very similar. You know, I think we both had loving, caring parents. They were nurturing their way. Mm-hmm. You know, very disciplined, very strict.
You know what you know.
They had to talk to me about education because that wasn't my first. I didn't know the point of it. It never made sense to me. You know, so they had to do but now, like I said, the purchasing of the commercial building, I don't know a lot of friends that grew up with parents that own commercial building. You had parents in your home that own commercial buildings. So when you got into your practice, you automatically knew I'm going to purchase this building.
Well, I rented. I mean, I was a renter, a tenant of other buildings for 15 years before we did that. But where I was, which was a wonderful place, and it was where I was last, was on Olive Street, and I had an upstairs office, and I had some ancillary offices for staff. But I knew that I needed more space, and instead of going to another place or renting a space, and we had the income, I had just had a victory of a $1.9 million trial. That was my first. That was my first PI case, actually.
Wait. We're not gonna just run through that.
Okay.
So your first win as a criminal defense attorney was a win.
Was a win, yes.
Your first case as a PI was a win.
Was a win, and it was the largest verdict in Volusia County for years.
And that's normal to you.
Let me put it, it's normal for a lot of people who may not look like us, but it's normal to other folks. So, you know what I'm saying?
Normalize.
It's all relative. It's relative.
Got it. Now I'm getting it. I understand exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah. But, there are Black lawyers who have a very similar path. Mm-hmm. I'm not an island.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. You look at Willie Gary, you look at H.T. Smith. You got 100%. Right. All right. So, I forgot what we were talking about.
No. I think all of it is all connected. It's all good. So I want to talk about one last thing because your cheerleader, Kitty London, spoke a little bit about you guys have an organization or the women attorneys, Black women.
So, yes.
I want you to talk about that before we close out.
Okay. All right. So, yes, what she's talking about is the Cherie Davis Cunningham Black Women Lawyers Association. Okay, Cherie Davis Cunningham is a recently retired judge here in Palm Beach County. She was the first Black judge in Palm Beach County.
So it wasn't Judge Rogers, or he was the first Black attorney?
He was one of the first Black attorneys. He was a circuit court judge. Cherie Davis is a county court judge.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming that's okay.
Okay, and believe it, when my mom was studying for the Bar Association, that's when I met Cherie. She and my mom studied for the bar together.
Wow.
It's a small world, isn't it? It really is. A community. It's a village. And but I'm not one of the founders. I'm one of the charter members. I also serve the role as treasurer and secretary. I don't know how I got 2 roles there for this wonderful organization because it's needed. The ABA, the American Bar Association, did a study not long ago and indicated that 70% of the Black women lawyers were leaving the profession of law.
Wow.
Yes. Why? Because of inequalities, not feeling like they have a voice, not feeling like they were making the inroads and their own dreams come true.
How do you guys support?
Well, we're a new organization. So one of the things that we wanted to do for this organization, and we still do, is to first identify all the Black women lawyers in the county. Let's start there. People think that we know each other. We don't.
Right. The assumption is real.
Yeah, we don't. You go to, just like everybody else, you get in a car, you go to work, you're in your office,
you go home.
And you go home. Yes. So we really don't know each other. And so it was to get all of us together, judges and Black women lawyers, so that we know that we were not alone, to find out the commonalities of feeling disenfranchised, to find out the commonalities of feeling like you don't have a voice and how you do have a voice.
You guys need a podcast.
Thank you. Okay. We'll talk about that. To find the commonalities of how do you progress? How do you still step forward when you don't have the support in your office space where you are to move forward? How do you know how to negotiate or how to interview with a Next Era or FP&L or Salesia Smith-Gordon?
The support, the connection, the accountability, the support. Like you're now nurturing.
We're nurturing each other.
What a coincidence. Nurturing.
I guess so. And there you go. It keeps coming back.